Good morning and welcome to Tuesday. It is November the 19th, 2024. I'm John Simney, the MNC News Center. News continues now with our top local stories on Michiana's Morning News. The City of Mishawaka Police say the 5 shooting incidents that happened this past weekend appear to be related.
2 teenage juveniles were injured, and police are still investigating to identify all the parties involved. In addition to interviewing several witnesses, video surveillance recordings are being reviewed. Police also say while citizens should always be aware of their surroundings, their initial information doesn't indicate a need to change normal routines. Alyssa Foster, MNC News.
Meantime, Mishawaka Police have investigated 2 other incidents involving firearms being discharged over the past few days. One incident was a report of a gunshot on Lincoln Way East in the Twin Branch area. One spent ballistic casing was located, but no suspects or victims were found, and there were no reported injuries. The second case involves a self-inflicted accidental discharge with a minor injury. Well, we're learning more about the arrest of a South Bend police officer Sunday that stemmed from a domestic incident. According to the probable cause affidavit, Officer David Finn allegedly pushed his girlfriend to the ground after a night of drinking. Another officer who was off duty with Finn called police after reportedly seeing him shove the woman. Finn's formally charged with misdemeanor domestic battery. A fiery crash that happened Sunday night in Elkhart is still under investigation. Around 10 o'clock, a car caught fire and ended up hanging over a guardrail near East Jackson Boulevard and Middleton Run Road by the St. Joe River. Police say the vehicle went through the stop sign at the intersection. The vehicle hit the guardrail, then caught fire. Luckily, no injuries. A North Webster man died in a crash in eastern Kosciuszko County. Officers got the call just before 8 o'clock yesterday morning on Old Road 30 near Old Trail Road. Investigators say a Chevy Silverado pickup pulling an enclosed trailer crashed off the side of the road and ended up down a ditch before coming to arrest after hitting a tree. The man died at the scene. Forecasters in Indiana say the state's about to see a wild weather week, and we're starting with highs in the 60s, but then
Wednesday night into Thursday into Friday, that's where things get a little tricky. It looks like there will be enough cold air for many areas to see their first snowflakes of the season.
Weather Service meteorologist Cody Moore says the amount of snow is still uncertain at this point. Chances pretty good, though. It's not going to stick around because daytime highs will still get into the 40s. And nights certainly bright during the supermoon last week. That poses a risk to drivers, according to researchers at Texas A&M University.
Civil and environmental engineering professor Dominique Lord says there are more collisions between vehicles and wildlife during a full moon.
There's an increased risk of 46% of hitting a wild animal during full moon nights. And this risk is very serious because many of the wildlife animals are big animals.
Lord says a brighter moon might make animals more active at night, which would cause them to cross roads. He recommends reducing speed and staying alert while driving on full moon nights. Victor Garcia, MNC News.
A group of thieves stole $15,000 worth of a popular weight loss drug Ozempic from a pharmacy happened in Dearborn, Michigan, and it's the latest in a string of robberies targeting the drug to sell on the black market.
Usually the masked men behind a pharmacy heist are after painkillers, but the big get this night in Dearborn, weight loss drugs like Ozempic. Dearborn Police Chief Issa Shaheen says they stole $15,000 worth of the weight loss drugs from Telegraph Pharmacy. Dearborn police have made one arrest. Martise Roberson charged Thursday, and police say it was not hard to put him at the scene of the crime. He was on tether for previous felonies. This arrest is a start, but this is a crew we're talking about, and they've been zigzagging across Wayne County the last few weeks, hitting mom and pop pharmacies. A shortage of the weight loss drugs plus the extreme demand makes for the perfect black market moneymaker at the cost of real patients.
That's Fox's Jessica Dupnack reporting. Dearborn police are still looking for at least 3 more suspects. 2 Elkhart parents charged in the death of their baby have had their jury trials continued to February.
Nicole Neely and Owen Miller are being charged in the death of their 6-month-old baby. Police responded to their home after a neighbor reported to 911 that Miller had come to him seeking medical assistance for the baby. Neely told police that she had left the baby in the bedroom for about 10 minutes and came back to find Miller and the baby asleep on the bed. That's when she realized the baby was limp and not breathing. Police documented trash, rotting food, and gnats throughout the home, as well as a baby bottle with a brownish-colored liquid and a fly inside. The Goshen News says the baby was hospitalized, though he was pronounced dead half an hour after the initial police arrival. Alyssa Foster, MNC News.
The Goshen gas station robbed at gunpoint. Officers were called around 6:40 on Friday night to the Amco station in the 100 block of West Pike Street on the report of a robbery in progress. Investigators say two men had allegedly entered the convenience store and pointed a handgun at the cashier to try to steal some money. So far, there's no word about any suspects or arrests. Attorneys for quadruple murderer Joseph Corcoran have now filed a motion to ask the Indiana Supreme Court to block his execution.
Corcoran's date with death is currently scheduled for December 18th, but his legal defense says Corcoran's schizophrenia proves him innocent after talking about constitutional protections, and they don't think he should have been given the death penalty. Corcoran killed his brother James, his sister's fiance Robert Turner, and two of their friends Timothy Bricker and Douglas Stillwell. The victims were found shot to death in Corcoran's Fort Wayne home in July 1997. Corcoran's case could mark Indiana's first execution since 2009 if the request is denied. Derek Decker, MNC News.
New this morning on MNC, the former East Noble athletic director has been arrested. This after the school district accused him of faking mileage.
Nick David faces one count of theft and official misconduct. He was put on administrative leave in October after the corporation said he'd forged about $5,000 in reimbursements during his employment, receiving them for events that had been canceled, where the school wasn't competing, and more. The school has demanded he repay almost $11,000 to cover the cost of mileage reimbursements and the cost of the investigation. David's pretrial status conference is scheduled for January. Morgan Hopkins, WOWO News.
And the city of South Bend's inviting the public, that is, to a meeting to learn about the upcoming plans for the South Bend Market District. The meeting is happening at 6 o'clock tonight at the Howard Park Event Center, where attendees will be able to learn more about the study to assess the street network and the freeway ramps around the area. We'll have more information available at the South Bend Market District website.
Areas of rain are expected for the first part of the day. Otherwise, will be mostly cloudy and breezy today. We're going to end up around 62 degrees. Some of those wind gusts up around 30 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, partly to mostly cloudy skies. We drop down to 43. And then for Wednesday, mostly cloudy rain showers return and a high of 47. A rain-snow mix is possible by Wednesday night. I'm meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
Breaking news can happen at any time, day or night. Get first word by signing up for breaking news text alerts from MNC. Text the word news to 574-2595-953.
Podcasts by Federated Media.